pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best.
Terence Crawford has become a beast in training, and even Roy Jones Jr. has just expressed his shock Crawford has been wild, especially since the press conference was over. While many thought he was intimidated by Canelo's confidence, Terence Crawford made it fuel his determination even more, and he's been showing it more in the training camp with his trainers, specifically demanding more from him in the gym. Talking about his training in an interview, Roy Jones Jr. said, "Canelo has clear advantages over Crawford, but Crawford's coming with so much confidence, and he's training like, I saw some clips the other day, and this guy now hits harder than ever. His shape and speed make him look like it's still 147 for boxing."
For boxing, how does that go down? Just break it down for us a little bit. We want to see it obviously happen.
I ain't gonna break it down to you. You know what I mean? How the strategy is leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it up in a little bit of.
Terence Crawford means business for the Canelo fight, and he's shown it with the insane training footage that's got fans and boxing professionals talking. Crawford has gotten the right weight, right methods, right techniques to fight Canelo Alvarez. All that's left is to see how he copes in the ring. On fight night, Crawford has released some first training footage as he starts to make his preparations, where he shadowboxed in the ring. The American let his hands go, showing off his variety of skills, including a crisp jab and some sharp combinations. Noticeably in the footage, Crawford's physique looked bulkier, a clear sign he is already in the process of making the fighting weight, and the boxing fraternity have been left with differing opinions on his current condition. One wrote, "Sharp as hell, he went up in weight, gained more power, and maintained his speed." Another agreed, "He's looking good, looks like he's going to try and outbox Canelo. He can certainly win the fight that way. Heat." Music one even added, "Crawford looks super sharp and smooth as usual. He's going to get the win. Canelo is slower." Others weren't so convinced, with some suggesting, "Looks to have lost his speed, looks slower. This could be bad." A user concurred, adding, "Looks slow, old, and nearly 40. Canelo will retire him." And a final fan concluded, "I'm not counting him out, but he looks slow in this division." Remains to be seen just how Crawford will look come fight night. The American fought at his natural limit of 147 pounds for several years, but is already a 4-weight world champion. But victory over Alvarez could cement his name as a true great, and he has already entered camp with 3 months until the career-defining night. But he has shown he is capable of overcoming challenges, including in his tough world title victory on points over Madrimov last year. Alvarez holds natural size advantages over his rival and will be an expected favorite come fight night. Music. But he too struggled in his last outing, unable to break down William Skull despite becoming undisputed champion again in May. Crawford knows victory will be the best of his time in the professional ranks and the biggest statement imaginable, and he believes there are some of his own advantages that will help him beat the Mexican man Weir. Two-weight undisputed champion Terence Crawford faces the biggest test of his career as he gears up to take on two-time undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez on September 13th in Las Vegas. The greatest mind games he's played in the preparation for Canelo has been the denial of him. Actively training for the fight in a recently released Ring magazine video featuring Dana White, Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Canelo, and Crawford himself, the topic of training came up when Brady asked Crawford how hard he was preparing. The response was unexpected. "I'm not training hard. I'm not even training." Really, he explained that he was avoiding early burnout. "When I go to the gym, I give it my all. I don't want to be overtrained. I want to save it all for the fight right now. I'm not training hard. I'm not even." Crawford's approach may be more calculated than careless. He cited strength work and recovery over constant high-intensity sessions. His strategy stands in contrast to fighters like George Kambosos Jr., who was hospitalized for exhaustion just before a scheduled fight. Overtraining is real, and Crawford seems determined not to fall into that trap. However, there's important context behind his remarks. The video clip was actually filmed before Canelo's May 3rd fight against William Skull, suggesting Crawford's lighter training phase was likely months ago. Since then, signs indicate a clear ramp-up in intensity. Last week, Crawford arrived in Riyadh for a press conference and was seen training at the Mike Tyson gym. Draws closer questions remain about whether this approach will give him an edge or leave him unprepared. One thing is certain: Terence Crawford is betting that patience and precision will carry him to greatness. The big fight between the undefeated Terence "Bud" Crawford and Mexican Canelo Alvarez, scheduled for September 13th in Las Vegas, will not only capture the attention of the boxing world because of its magnitude, but also because of growing speculation about Crawford's future beyond this historic bout. Authoritative voices within his circle, including an influential member of the Mayweather dynasty, suggest that a victory over Canelo could mean the end point of a career.
But right now, I'm not training hard. I'm not even training, really. You know, I don't want to overtrain because me personally, when I go in the gym, I give my all, and I don't want to burn myself out.
And KSI as well, when asked if Crawford would retire after a possible victory over Canelo, Jeff Mayweather did not hesitate. "I think so. I think that would probably be one of the greatest achievements in boxing, a guy moving up 3 weight classes, if making boxing history isn't enough." Terence Crawford will also earn a hefty sum of money for his fight against Canelo Alvarez. The boxer is estimated to earn around $10 million. The figure is so high that it could even be another factor in thinking about retirement. Despite what Crawford can earn, we must not lose sight of the wealth he possesses from his boxing career, which is estimated to be between $8 and $18 million.
I ain't scared of shit, and you gonna find that out. And as you seen, the last press conference,
we'll see.
when I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you're fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's gonna be different from you as well.
Question for Canelo.
The last fighters that you fought.
Crawford, he is very strong as well, so look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pan #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo? When I was fighting Canelo, I was probably beating him on points, but he was just so strong and so big. Khan told Sky Sports, "When I was hitting him, I could see that it wasn't affecting him. The guy was riding them and waiting for that one big shot, which he caught me with and put me away. But is he going to catch Crawford with that shot?" When Khan boxed the American, Crawford put him down in their first round and stopped him in 6. When I fought Crawford, he was probably stronger than me, and I was a 147 PB fighter for a very long time, Khan said. At the moment, Crawford looks unbeatable, and Canelo looks strong, and especially fighting a smaller guy, he looks unbeatable. So let's see how this plays.
on my level. And you
I
know
fought
that.
everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look.
It's gonna be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will.
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to one.
Only thing I want in my career, Khan warned against writing Crawford off against Canelo, not at all. Because Crawford is such a technical fighter, if you just boxed him technically, and Crawford puts on the weight well, he's a big 147 pounds fighter, Khan said. Massive difference in size matters, but let's see, we also know that Canelo's a bigger puncher. Has he got the same stamina? He seems okay when he fights, but it's tricky because is skill going to win that fight or power? I'm not going to predict who's going to win, but I know it will be a hell of a fight.
Your answer right there.
Hi, Terence. What do you think about?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo. You know, I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports of boxing, other than myself. And I would just, you know.
Khan intends to return to the British boxing scene as a promoter after finishing his boxing career in 2022. He is promoting a show in Ghana on Friday that sees O'Hara Davis return to action. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a new chapter, Khan said. I'm making sure I've got a good stable of fighters from my own career. I've learned so much. You take bits and bobs from each promoter, Khan.
Just like to, you know, fight another great. That's it. I think it'll be the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today.
Terence, one thing as well, one of your former opponents, and I know you said hi to him yesterday, Amir Khan was here obviously. There is rumours, and he actually said that he's speaking to Jake Paul's team today for a potential matchup. There's talks with him and KSI as well.
Know what I mean? So I'm going to be doing shows in the UK, but felt Ghana would be a perfect start, he added. I want to keep on improving every time. Oscar De La Hoya is never one to shy away from controversy, whether inside the ring or behind. The promoter's desk, the boxing legend, has built a reputation for speaking his mind, often igniting fiery debates in the combat sports world, from calling out questionable matchups to challenging the legitimacy of rival promoters. De La Hoya's bold.
Amir Khan stepping into the ring with the influencer scene. What happens with these guys? You've been in the ring with him.
Amir Khan too small for Jake Paul. You know, Jake's is too big, so we just gonna leave it at that. Amir is my guy. You know, I just think Jake too big.
What about KSI? That's on the table as well.
KSI and Jake could be a better fight. You know, I think you like to fight between. We in two different weight classes.
On Thursday, June 12th, the boxing legend and promoter took to Instagram for his Clapback Thursday segment, delivering a scathing critique of the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford super fight and UFC CEO Dana White's sudden foray into boxing promotion. The Golden Boy questioned the legitimacy of the matchup, Crawford's chances against Canelo, and White's qualifications. As a boxing promoter, one of De La Hoya's biggest criticisms is the size difference between Crawford, a natural welterweight moving up 2 divisions, and Canelo, a seasoned super middleweight, the biggest fight of the decade to a purist, and a fighter. It's laughable, De La Hoya ranted Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov.
I want them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?